This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 518, 5 Core Skills Your Life Depends On by Angel Chernoff of marcandangel.com, and I'm Justin Malik. Happy Friday! Welcome back, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. This is where I read to you every single day to help you live a more meaningful life, covering personal development and minimalism for the most part, from some of the best blogs you can find with their permission. And today's author is Angel of Marc and Angel Hack Life. Angel actually narrated her own post for the special week for the 500th episode. Marc did too. You should definitely check out those episodes. Angel was episode 501, and Marc narrated episode 506. But now it's my turn to narrate, so let's get right to the post and start optimizing your life. 5 Core Skills Your Life Depends On by Angel Chernoff of marcandangel.com. Quote, I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I've ended up where I needed to be. Douglas Adams. Life has no purpose. You have a purpose and you bring it to life. There isn't one big cosmic purpose for everyone either. There's only the one you give to yourself, a personal purpose, an individual meaning, a distinct plot to the story that is your life. Often this plot is difficult to follow, yet it is never impossible to follow, and it is worth every bit of effort you can muster. Each moment, each situation, each turn of events presents you with an opportunity to build the self you are capable of being. It's just a matter of accepting opportunities, implementing ideas, taking action, and actively expressing the purpose that is uniquely you. You are stronger than any barrier standing in your way because you have a purpose that cannot be denied. You can be adaptable, innovative, hardworking, and tenacious. You can imagine the possibilities and then work to make them real. Here are 5 life skills that will help you do just that, the real fundamentals of being an empowered, self-directed human being. Number 1, curiosity. Joy comes easy to us in our youth because we haven't become set too firmly in our ways. Our willingness to curiously assess new things and varying perspectives allows us to experience flashes of insight and beauty wherever we go. Those of us who fight the draw of our comfort zones as we age, who sustain our curiosity into our later years, learn a lot more and see far more beauty throughout our lifetime. Curiosity, after all, is the foundation of lifelong growth. It allows us to retain a beginner's mind even as our wisdom expands. In this way, an enduring curiosity permits our hearts and minds to grow younger, not older, every day. Always remain curious and teachable. Keep an open mind and do not stop questioning and learning. Look forward, open new doors, and experience new things. Do so because you're curious and because you know that today's journey is always just beginning. Number 2, creativity. When it comes to human growth, if curiosity is the engine, creativity is the steering wheel. Creativity is the most powerful instrument of progress, a mindset that endows resources with a new capacity to create possibility and growth. The world is moving so fast these days that those who say something can't be done are often interrupted by those who are doing it. This is precisely why it's important to exercise your creative mind on a regular basis. Ultimately, the creative learners inherit the world, while the doubters and complacent minds find themselves perfectly suited for a world that no longer exists. Read The War of Art. Number 3, resilience. Except for your own thoughts, there's nothing that's absolutely in your power. Knowing and accepting this gives you the ability to cope proficiently with life's constant little inconveniences, a vital life skill we call resilience. Resilience is accepting reality, even if it's less than the fantasy you had in your mind or the reality that was once yours. You can fight it, you can do nothing but complain about what you're missing, or you can accept what you have and try to put it together to create something good. As you progress, life will inevitably challenge you on a regular basis. No matter how much falls on you, keep your head up and plow ahead. That's the only way to keep the road to your dreams clear. It won't get any more forgiving, but it will get easier and easier to deal with, because over time, you will grow stronger and more resilient. Read The Road Less Traveled. Number 4, patience. In the sweetest little voice, Winnie the Pooh once said, "Rivers know this, there is no hurry, we shall get there someday." This is the power of patience. Patience is not sitting still, rather it's mastering your time by applying the right principles in the right way to attain a long-term desired result. It's moving forward steadily for as long as it takes to get where you want to go. Enduring the time between your departure and arrival requires a great deal of will, but no matter how tedious these moments of waiting are, you have to get used to the feeling, knowing that what you're working toward is coming your way even though it's not with you at the moment. Ultimately, the two hardest tests on the road to personal growth are the patience to wait for what you want and the courage not to be disappointed when it doesn't arrive as soon as you had expected. Patience can be bitter, but the seeds you plant now will bear sweet fruit. These fruits are worth waiting for. There's no advantage to hurrying through life and never tasting their sweetness. Number 5, self-reliance. Self-reliance is the most important of all life skills because without it, you can't practice any other life skill consistently. It's honestly a virtue that brings all the rest together. Quite simply, self-reliance is the unswerving willingness to take responsibility for your life from this moment forward, regardless of who had a hand in making it the way it is now. It's taking control of your life, finding your true self by thinking for yourself, and making a firm choice to live your way. It's being the hero of your life, not the victim. Life constantly invites you to be who you are capable of being. Choosing to be self-reliant is accepting life's invitation. Mark and I discuss this in detail in the growth and success chapters of 1,000 Little Things Happy Successful People Do Differently. You just listened to the post titled 5 Core Skills Your Life Depends On by Angel Chernoff of marcandangel.com. She mentioned their book, 1,000 Little Things Happy Successful People Do Differently. You can find that and their course on their site, marcandangel.com. And don't forget to check out the episode where she narrated her own content for us as a celebration of the 500th episode here. That's episode 501. And Mark narrated his own too. That's episode 506 of this podcast. Definitely check those out. I'll keep this ending nice and short for you today. Have a happy Friday, and I'll catch you over the weekend where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.